So, yeah, a guy pulled a knife and came at me at a gas station early in the morning. And that was in the USA. Like I said, I've never had any problems in the Philippines. I've felt safer here. And let's talk about population and pollution. So, for the most part, the Philippines is very heavily populated, I feel like. Now, if you go to a provincial area, a rural area, there's less, less people, of course, with anywhere in the world. But if you go to the cities like Manila, I think Manila might be the most densely populated city by area in the world, possibly. But the big cities are full of people, so when you go out, you're walking the streets, there's a ton of people, tons of people in the mall, everywhere you go. So just keep that in mind. And when you're like me, a 6-foot tall American guy, you stand out. So everybody looks, or for the most part, everybody looks at you at some point, takes a glance, something, because there's not as many foreigners here. There are a lot of foreigners to a degree, but they're generally 60s, 70s year old, men in their 60s to 70s. And, but overall, you do not see just foreigners all over the place. Maybe in some popular tourist areas, but not in a lot of areas. So just keep that in mind. You stand out, you're different, and people, want to look. And that's no problem. You just got to get used to it. Feeling like a celebrity almost, or like everyone knows you, or they're staring. It's just something you got to get used to. So, jeepneys, as far as pollution, they put out a lot sometimes. I love jeepneys though. They're a good, cheap way to travel. And, but basically, if you get in a tricycle and a jeepney rides up to you and you get stuck in traffic, there's a chance that exhaust pipe is going to be blowing right in your face. And that is not good at all. So just one quick thing to talk about there. And I'm back. I'm at a place called the Forest Park in a city near where I live. And like I said, it's just super safe here in the Philippines, really. I've never had a problem so far with anyone in 14 months of living here. And I was here for 2 months in 2023 and had no issues with anyone at all. The people here are super kind, super friendly, very welcoming. Just the kindest, warm-hearted people you'll ever meet in your life. Now, I'm not saying there's no crime. I'm sure there's crime sometimes. I've yet to experience anything myself, and I feel totally safe here in the Philippines. Whereas in the USA, I felt less safe. And before I get into that, I don't want people to think I hate the USA, because I don't. I love my country. I also love the Philippines. And the thing is, though, I did feel more unsafe just in general in the Philippines. In the USA. I slipped there. In the USA. And I actually had a concealed carry permit, and I would carry everywhere I go, legally, a firearm. Concealed handgun, just because I thought it was warranted, because things have become so unsafe in some areas. And actually, there in the USA, I did have a guy come at me at 3 in the morning at a gas station with a knife, and I don't know if he was going to attack me, rob me, or what, but he came after me. So I did not pull my gun on him. I swept my shirt real quick. I put my hand on my Glock. He saw it. He stopped his advance and retreated. So no one got hurt that day, and that's a blessing, because I never want to hurt anybody. I'm capable of what I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that situation. So, a guy pulled a knife and came at me at a gas station early in the morning. And that was in the USA. Like I said, I've never had any problems in the Philippines. I've felt safer here. And I know that's wild, hard for most to understand unless you've been here. But there again, do your research on any area you travel to. Make sure it's safe. Just use common sense and awareness. Use good judgment. That's all I can say for the most part. So as far as safety, I think that's all I'm going to talk about there. If you have any questions, please leave them below. But I will be pulling out a list. I'm old school. I made a list of talking points today. I'm going to make several videos and start uploading these expat tips and tricks of living in the Philippines. It is 5:30 a.m. and it is already super humid. It could be worse, but I'm already sweating. I don't know if you can see. But next on my list, I'm going to talk about malls. Malls and mall culture in the Philippines. In the Philippines, malls are so alive still. Whereas in the USA, they've all but died off, and it's really sad. But here, malls are the place to go, the place to socialize, the place to eat, the place to shop. Granted, a lot of people still shop online, like Shopee and other places, but the malls are vibrant and alive in the Philippines, full of people laughing, having a good time. Good restaurants, good food, lots of choices. And they have some of the largest malls in the world here, like MOA, for example, Mall of Asia. Several huge malls like Mega Mall in Manila. But they're just beautiful. So I highly suggest checking out the malls if you ever come to the Philippines. I miss malls in the 80s and 90s in the US. So I was really surprised, and in a good way, to find that malls are surviving and thriving here in the Philippines. And while I'm on this video, I'll go ahead and add something. Hey, pup. So, English speaking. Most everyone speaks English here in the Philippines, or at least some amount. Some speak it really good, some know just enough to get by, but it is the most English speaking country in Southeast Asia, as far as I'm aware. So that's very helpful to someone such as me, where that's my first language, to come here and be able to speak to people and communicate. Good morning, Paul. And as far as what I was talking about earlier, friendliness. Let me show you this real quick. People are super friendly here in the Philippines, super welcoming for the most part. And it's rare you would ever encounter anybody being rude to you. I've never really had a case of that yet. So that's something I really enjoy, is how friendly people are. Until you experience it, it's so hard to explain, but the people are so nice, so kind, so warm-hearted, like give the shirt off their back feeling. And I think that's it for this video. Gonna switch over to another topic, so I'll be back.